Jim Cuddy here with us on rawmike.richards.com. And Bob Cajun, tragically hip.
When I left your house this morning, was a little after 9. Could have been the Willie Nelson. Well, it could have been the wine.
Right. In Thunder Bay, that and seemingly a lot of prostitutes wherever I stayed, and not good ones. Then I got up the next day and I thought,
Thunder Bay prostitute.
I don't know.
She's got both thumbs.
Hey, excuse me, is Thummy available? So,
and it was head first, and it looked kind of nasty.
It was head first.
He kind of sat there, and you went, "Geez,
let's go to Mike Vision. We can't show you the actual clip, but here's how it looked.
Mike Vision.
And here's Crosby. He's going in on goal. Here comes a player from behind. He doesn't see him. Oh, there's a push. The referee blowing the whistle, and Crosby's down. And look at that. Oh, baby, you can tell he's hurt by the X's on his eyes. And I got to tell you, the crowd doesn't like it. They don't like it one bit. I'm talking about Alexander Ovechkin. And a lot of people make a lot of comments about this guy, about what has happened and the reason he hasn't moved on. Do you have any feelings about an Alexander Ovechkin on why Washington hasn't moved on? And indeed, how much do you put on his shoulders?
He plays 3-minute shifts. He sucks the life out of his bench. Everything had to go through him. The power play had to go through him. And I think Barry Trotz understands what wins in the playoffs. Alex Ovechkin has to learn what playoffs represent.
I would assume that then maybe I'm not going to get a call back, and it's kind of like an ending. You know what I mean?
You know what? That's a good point.
This is what I was saying.
And and Jeter probably did this to a lot of people, right? Like, you're
and famous ones too.
It's almost like
you're good on Friday, but we're not calling you on Saturday.
Yeah, you're a Wednesday girl for me. So, excuse me.
Leo Routens is truly one of the faces of Canadian basketball and one of the great ambassadors for the sport in this country.
See, we got scorers in Toronto. We don't have shooters. Kyle Korver's a shooter. You need shooters. You need guys, you know that ball's going in. Terrence Ross, when he was here, he wasn't a shooter. Everybody talked about he was a scorer. Mm-hmm. And there's a big difference between the two.
And then probably my most famous childhood story is chasing Wayne Gretzky on an ice cream bike.
Oh.
Well, I was a Dickey ice cream bike guy, the Dickey ice cream boys, the guys with the bells and the kids and the drugs.
Speaking of pedophiles, right?
Yeah, exactly. So I lived in Brantford at the time, and Wayne was home from Edmonton training for the summer. Didn't realize it. I was on the street. He pops his head out both ways, looks, no one's there, goes for a run. I'm like, oh my God, it's Wayne Gretzky. So I chased Wayne Gretzky. I'm like, I just started going, and the bells are ringing, kids are running out, screw the kids, they're hooked on the junk, they'll find another, monkey on their back. And so Wayne saw me coming. He goes up a curb and through a park. And I tried to follow him. But I don't know if you ever analyzed the Dickey ice cream bike, but they're very top heavy.
Yes.
So I tried to bunny hop the curb, but that's not what happened. What happened is I smashed into the curb, the back shot up, I rocketed off the bike, and Wayne Gretzky fucking laughed at me.
No,
he laughed at me. So when he says he was there for every kid, he wasn't there for every kid.
He was making saves.
Right.
He was stopping the shots.
Yeah. Do you know his name?
Well, the asshole.
Oh, okay. One thing in comparison when people talk about LeBron and Michael Jordan is LeBron seems to have this switch that does go on and off, that you can tell when the switch actually goes off, and he's good enough that when he wants to ramp it back up again, the switch goes back on. And he said Michael Jordan didn't have that on. The switch was always on. It was never off. Now, you play with Wayne Gretzky. If we're looking at that on-off switch, was it ever on-off?
We'd be up after the second period, 4-5-1 or something like that, right? And I go, okay, well, game's over, shut her down. And Gretz is like, okay, we need another one. Like Gretz, the one thing I love about Wayne, right? He's seen blood. He's seen we'd ripped the heart out of the team. Now you kick him. You just stomp on him. He wants the 6, he wants the 7, he wants the 8th goal, right?
Privileged and honored. Yes. And next time I want to come back, I want to talk some hockey.
Oh, okay, then bring it on.
No, we've had. See, here's the thing, and
now people are going to say Richards is racist. How come the black guy comes on and we only talk about basketball?
No,
that's what I'm going to get now.
We talk some other stuff. But
There it is.
Not that George, I think, necessarily has firearms and tries to kill the president. And for God's sakes, it's Kiefer Sutherland. I mean, I leave Kiefer alone. I mean, if you saw Lost Boys, you know he does some pretty good work. Stop shooting at him.
What? Did we just become best friends?
Yep.